Yo guys, I'm Truzuo and today we're reacting to more Let's Gaming Out in his Satisfactory series. We're seeing what other shenanigans Josh gets up to. Last time he built a human cannon and made a whole new base because his old base was poisoned with radiation from all the power plants he made. And so we're going to see what other things he decides to build in today's video. Be sure to check the video out in the description down below. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to
Hey,
Let's
Josh.
Game It Out. Oh boy, let's play some Satisfactory today. We love this game around here, where there are endless ways to shatter your bones. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's catch you up on what's happened so far. First, we built a wonderful, normal, working factory. For like a second,
normal.
then it turned into this, then into this, and then this, and also
still
some
crazy.
This. Eventually, we reach nuclear power. It produces a lot of energy, but more than that, it produces beautiful, toxic byproducts.
Yep.
So much so that it hurt to exist here, and we had to flee. So after that, we slid our way over to oranger pastures, and this time we did it right. We erased all of this nature. We put down a beautiful working factory, and we can't
such an eyesore. And this thing is crazy. I wonder what the devs thought when he built this and saw it.
Or if you split the difference, you can create a machine where we can aim this cannon back at our old base.
Yeah, how good is this? It looks like it's actually pretty good, but you know, you got to control it pretty well.
Us to here. So we have a couple of pressing concerns. Each and every
Dude,
one
look
of
at
those
that.
barrels that's actively hurting me while I talk. That's okay though. I've got my handy dandy inhaler here, so whenever my health is getting me down. Anyway, let me give you the grand tour before we get started. Here we have sumptuous radiation issues, followed by even more radiation issues, and we're gonna have to figure this out fast.
Look at them all glitch.
Happened, but this place is definitely cursed now, and even more radiate. Oh, it looks
But
like
actually
things have kinda
stopped.
come to a standstill. I guess it makes sense though. After all, over here on this side of our base, the land of nuclear power plants, there's been a couple of changes since we were last here.
Oh, really?
The last time we were in this base was before they added fluid to the game.
Oh, that's cool. So you get to like cool it down, I would imagine, with the water. Is there any other fluids in the game? Let me know. I don't think I've seen lava. I think the other liquid is the poison. I don't even know if you could pump that. So probably only water. But the game, this is, I don't know how, it's a pretty old video, so maybe they updated it, so there's more. Let me know, but this is cool.
And now that all of these beauties have been magically retrofitted, it requires not just these, which are your
Dude, look at the conveyor
fuel
belt
rods,
like
it also
texture. It's like
requires
glitching out.
water to cool the whole thing down, which obviously we don't have, based on this giant gaping hole, which means that we've got all of these plants and none of them are working right now, which honestly is probably both good and bad. Good because no working means no nuclear wasty. The bad is these being offline means we
can actually work for once.
Coming to our base. Don't worry though, we're gonna get this all back online, and the first step is gonna be getting all this radiation out of here. First things first, we're gonna need some items. Good thing
how's he gonna do this?
Everywhere. Not to mention stockpiles of the best stuff.
Is he gonna splitter it everywhere?
Blow up, and me with a detonator. And you know what that means? I can't just blow this stuff up by
No,
hand,
you probably
can I?
can't. Yep.
Well, it was worth a shot. Good to know where these things are anyway. So
You just hurting all the
flush
wildlife in the
out all of these
process.
barrels, or else I don't think reality is ever coming back together.
Dude, look how
again.
glitchy they are. That's
All the way over
weird.
here to the outskirts of this madness. I see you flying up there. Don't judge me. And basically, we need to
Is that
figure out how
waste
to get
on
all these barrels out from our base.
cocoon?
Let's just use this convenient thing called a
Oh, he is
splitter,
gonna splitter
and then
it.
we'll build out a conveyor belt from there, and we'll just keep running this, and we'll just take it all the way to the edge here. I'm not really sure what the plan is, seeing as how there's nothing down here.
You have to put it in like a
Let's just take all
container,
this
probably.
waste away from the rest of my factories, and at the end of all this, we'll go ahead and put a nice big storage container.
The most
There you go,
radioactive
fellas. Welcome to your
storage.
temporary new home. So while we wait for all of this stuff to finish filtering,
It's gonna
out
take
of here,
forever.
Let's get some other vital stuff done. As mentioned, for the time being, none of these are working. You know, I know where there is working power though, and it's just
His other
one
base.
quick slide away. Ah, home sweet second home.
Such an eyesore.
Security blanket of
Holy.
pipes and conveyor belts and materials. Anyway, we're not here for sightseeing. No, we're here for that power. That dirty, environmentally unfriendly coal power. Let's just go ahead and connect one of these.
No
power
way, you're
lines.
just gonna
Let's
run
go
that back
and
to your
build
base,
all
Josh.
the way back. Starting from there.
Oh my
this is us,
god.
all the way back
That is
to our
so
other
far.
base. Super easy to just run these forever. Don't
There's gotta be a
worry,
better
this
way to
isn't
do
gonna
it
take
now
any
in the
time
game.
at all.
No way you're just gonna run
Always know
power
we're getting
lines.
Closer to home because the frame rate takes a dive and everything hurts. Although now that I'm in the main part of the factory, I think all
Yeah,
the
there's no
radiation's
waste.
been filtered
No
out.
way that
I'm
took
not
like
taking
really
damage
short
anymore.
period of
I'm
time. No way,
happy
there's
to
so
use
much.
my inhaler again. Anyway, where were we? Oh, hello. What the hell are
Is that a
you?
new
What
creature?
the lizard doggo? Don't mind if I do.
Oh no. He's gonna do
Okay,
something to
well,
that
great
thing.
talk. Looks like the barrels are still coming, which shows that the process is working all the way to barrel heaven. And we know that for sure because look at our
Yep,
glorious
holy radiation.
levels. Quite the radioactive vessel. And as we get closer,
What is that, like
really
almost
burning.
5K?
Now, in theory, this should be enough because the farther away we get, the lower the radiation goes.
Yeah, that's good.
And if we're far enough away, the radiation goes away entirely. But I don't want to lose this entire area to that. Isn't there a way we can get rid of this stuff permanently? Most other
Oh,
items
no.
in the game you can just throw in the little trash can here. Oh, but not these barrels. It
Oh,
doesn't
really?
want you to do that. All right, let's leave this for a second and come over here and let's test some
What is
stuff
he gonna
on an
do?
area that doesn't have radiation. Okay, so getting rid of stuff. We can't just grab an item, drag it out of our inventory because then it goes straight here on the ground. And sure,
Interesting.
we can throw these things, but no other items can we throw like that. So I wonder
Oh.
if there is any way we can. Oh, what the hell did that? You knocked me off? Oh, I bet you guys think you're so clever, don't you, huh? Oh, well, we learned something new just now. Those guys can throw themselves off. So the question is, can
Oh,
someone
no.
attach the radiation to these fellas?
Is he gonna
And then
put them
just lead
all on the
off a
animals?
cliff? Okay,
But they don't
hold
have
on, I got an
inventory, do
idea.
they?
Let's build out a couple of little platforms, and then let's add some walls. Okay. Hey,
Oh,
come
no.
back here. I have need of you. Come on, come on. Okay, better.
You can't
Stay
put 'em on him.
there.
How are you gonna
I'm
put 'em
just
on
gonna
him?
Put something on top of you. Easy. Well, technically it's on top of him, but I don't think it's part of him. Nope, definitely not.
Yeah,
So I
no.
think it's safe to assume that there's no way to actually attach this to these creatures.
Yeah, I would've
So,
figured.
Thanks for trying. So for my next idea, we're gonna need one of these. A pale berry. So do you remember that lizard doggo that we saw?
Oh, no.
As you can see, he's a little bit timid if we get too
Or you can
close.
tame it. It looks like it's like a cat or a dog in Minecraft.
On the ground. Little doggo friend loves them, and now he trusts us.
Oh, no.
Aw. And now we have the message to see if lizard doggo found anything. Basically, now he has an inventory and it.
Oh my god, the devs probably hate him so much. They're like, oh, you can use this inventory space to lug around a couple items for you, like one slot. Lighten the load a little bit. He's gonna put 500 barrels of nuclear radiation on this dog and have him drop off a cliff. Smart. But how many dogs is it gonna take? There's like 5K. He's gonna need to do at least like 15, 20 dogs probably. Maybe a little bit less. But this is crazy. This guy's solutions are just like insane.
Occasionally,
But
he'll
smart.
find stuff and bring it to us, but we can also put things in that slot. And now it's just carrying.
But
it
will
around
it
while
actually go in there,
follows
though?
us. So of course, I think we have another question. Can this little guy carry a stack of barrels? Only one way to find out. Come on.
You think there would be a
little
weight
guy.
limit,
Okay,
too?
Where were we? Get ready for a journey. Oh,
Like
hey,
only
you
smaller
found me
materials.
Some flower petals. That's so sweet. I love you too. I'll take those. And here you have these 258 barrels.
Oh
of toxic
my
waste.
God.
Lizard doggo seems unaffected by the tremendous amount of radiation.
I wonder how rare of a spawn they are, because you're still gonna have to get a bunch of them even if they die, right? Because they're not gonna come back to life, are they? Unless they teleport.
What if we build some platforms
Yep.
all the way out here?
He is sacrificing the dog.
Come on, come on. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh my god, why would you do
mission
that?
Successful. Oh,
The ragdoll is hilarious, though. I gotta give him that.
I've got
Actually,
something for
pretty
ya.
frequent spawn. Several hours later. Josh. Dog. I mean, if this is the only way to remove it, I mean, fair play, but all the dogs rip.
Good God, that took forever.
Oh my God,
At
wait.
least we got them. Make
is that?
yourselves at home in the waiting room. Here, I'll even give you a
7,
window to
6?
look through. All right, so here's the thing. I've been doing some thinking, and I don't know if I can bear to watch them fall down onto the cliffs below.
Whoa,
I mean,
God,
after
what are you
all,
gonna
look at
do?
these little guys. Look at those little faces. They deserve better than that. That's
Oh,
why
no.
Instead, we're gonna use something else. Jump pads. Let's
You're gonna
see,
launch
let's
them
just
off?
go
That's even
ahead
worse.
and- Excellent. All right, I guess we need to test if it works. Yep, that'll about do it. All right, come on, little guy. Let's get you all suited up. Okay. You know what to do.
That is so sad, but so funny at the same time.
That was a rousing success. And before you know it, our nuclear waste problems are solved.
That's
Okay,
the
come
most
on now,
creative
fellas.
solution to
Already
nuclear waste I've
prime
seen, I
time.
think.
Let's not just wander them over here. Instead, let's aim a bounce pad.
No,
back
you're gonna
in this
ricochet 'em?
direction, build a couple layers up, and we'll put the
Oh
other
no, he's
bouncy
playing
thing
ping
at the top
pong
here.
with
Okay,
nuclear
there you
dog
go.
radiation.
Oh, you
Oh,
guys
they're like
spread each other
confetti.
out. Well, at least that one made it. Oh God! And for this one, let's see if we can get nothing.
Oh my god, he built a basketball hoop. That's hilarious.
Oh, close
It probably took an
enough.
hour just to do that.
Getting rid of radioactive waste would be so much fun. Okay, we only have a couple more to go.
Wow, we gotta get
Come
more?
on, guys. That's a victory, looks like. One last straggler, huh? You might want to avert your eyes for this. Well, looks like that took care of the radiation. Time to deal with the next mess. Getting all this back online.
Creative solution, but at what cost?
Of course, because to power these plants, we use these uranium fuel
Look at the
rods.
texture. Is the texture supposed to be like that? Or is it glitching out?
Focus on the water part. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten that this one needs water too. First
Oh God. No, don't tell me you wraps it again.
You know, I think I know just the place. Oh yeah, and this reactor over here too. Okay, so all we really need to do is find some nice deep water. You know, this water doesn't appear to be terribly deep. Maybe it'll work anyway. Let's see. Time for some water extraction.
Oh.
Yep, looks like it's gonna be just
That's kind of
fine.
cool.
Okay, and now all we need to do is run
Whoa, it has its own
This
pipes.
will be just fine, right? Pretty sure water doesn't naturally want to go uphill like that.
Yeah.
What do I care what water wants?
Does it actually have physics?
Okay, and with that all connected, the entire base still doesn't have power, so we need to draw upon our power lines that are from the other base. I'm glad that you can drag these power lines out over to a cliff and then right into a waterfall. Whatever,
Yeah.
they'll allow it,
Has
so
the
I'll
de-
do it. Okay.
Let me know how the devs fixed like things like this that he's put in the videos. I would imagine like the human cannon, they gotta like nerf it or something, right? Or like they have. I know someone I'm pretty sure said that they take they watch his videos or something, or I've seen that in the comment section somewhere that they take things from his videos or they talk together or whatever. But like, how many things do they actually have fixed? Because like just placing power lines in water, all this stuff he's done, got to be like a laundry list of things that he's done, and then the devs had to fix. No way this is still in the game where you can put a power line in a waterfall.
Okay, let's see how
or is it just it's just like just the style of the game where it doesn't really matter.
And you can tell
Oh wait,
its job by this little thing here.
It has its own like interface. It has flow rate, so I imagine you gotta have like actually good lines, right? Or is he gonna do something crazy?
Here because of the things doing things. As you can tell, I totally understand how water works in this game. The important part is that if we come all the way over here and we check the pipes, we can see.
Oh, let me see this. Flow rate, 8 meters per minute. Max flow rate 300. Current 26. Pipe segment flush. Full pipe network. This looks pretty complicated. This is Mark 1.
Water's
interesting.
All the way here just fine. And if we look at the plant itself, water's all there, uranium's all there. Looks like power is back on the menu. And onward to the other power plants. All right, excellent. I think we...
Dog. No way the water is going to get up there. The flow is going to be terrible. You just went up a cliff.
We've done some really fine work here. Let's see if everything connects as planned. Let's start with one initially. Well, it doesn't appear to be...
Wait, I haven't seen any pipe segments that like separate. Is there like a separate thing to separate the pipes like to different areas? Because you're gonna need a lot of water pumps if that's the case.
Water getting here, at least not yet.
Oh yeah,
weird.
Dude, Josh, you think water likes this? This is like a complete 90 to a 45 that goes upwards and then backwards. Oh my god.
Logical pipe system isn't working.
I think.
Look at our
Oh, there is a pipe splitters. Okay. Yeah, no way this water system works that he builds. No way.
Here, this one's getting plenty of water.
Yeah, because it's downhill.
Right here. Oh wait, the flow sucks. So without really knowing what we're doing, we're gonna.
Oh wait, a pipeline pump. Oh, so this like injects it with pressure, so the water can go to everywhere. I wonder how expensive these things are.
Pump allows fluids to be transported 20 meters
upwards. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, great. Work your magic. Okay, there we go.
This reminds me, I always bring it back to mod in Minecraft. This reminds me of the quarry mod. I think it's Buildcraft that uses that, and then the pipes you can insulate them with like waterproof, and you have to like cool certain machines down with this. This reminds me of that, and you could have like the redstone engines and pumps and the combustion engines. If you ever played that mod pack and everything that's included in there, it reminds me a lot like that.
It looks like we have more flow coming through this thing, sorta. Water sure is weird. Ah, yes, much better. Full capacity in the pipes, that's what I like.
This is cool though.
Okay, how are we working, you big?
He just does it so inefficiently.
Yes, burning water too fast and occasionally offline. That's what we call progress. You know what? Why am I trying so hard? After all, this is a pretty large space.
I'm surprised he didn't do it sooner.
Fit. And then
here comes 300 water pumps.
And 3 and 4. Okay, that seems better. We have a couple more, quite a bit more.
Dude, Josh, you know how much pipe you're gonna need if you hook up all these? There's gonna be so much pipes you have to place. Jesus, no way he uses all of them.
I have no
But
idea
I won't
what
underestimate if he does.
All I know is it's more than I had, and I
Look
hope
at
it's enough
you can see the shadows and the popping of everything when they're trying to
suck up
load.
the entire ocean. Now it's time to get to the piping. Ta-da! Pipes.
Dog, no way did I doubt you, and you just went and used every single pump and put a pipe to every single thing. This is so bad. So bad.
Pipes and more pipes. I spent a little time building just a couple of pipe systems. Here, let me give you the grand...
Dude, it's every single one. This is gotta take you hours of just... I'm pretty sure you didn't even need this many to power... What, you had like close to like 50 plants? You have like 300 pumps.
Sure. Basically, they start here, and then they extend out here, and then they route
Like,
over here.
how do you know what's connected and what's not?
Go next. Pretty much if there's ground to cover, that's
It's through the forest.
where we put pipes. And I do mean...
Dude, my eyes. This is worse than his new base that he built. It's like you can't even see the bottom of the ground. Where even is this compared to his other base?
Anywhere where there's ground to cover. Or if it's cliffs, also...
Dude. Like your world is this one area of the world is just a disaster zone.
So now pipes. Heading past this first power...
You know how many... Look how many injectors he has to probably put on this. No way the water flows through this.
Plant. That's
I mean,
right.
the water pumps probably have so much water that you don't need that many because he has so many. But look at, there's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's so many injectors.
Pipes. And we just follow this very comprehensive pipe system. How you doing there,
Dude,
buddy?
the animal is just stuck.
Having a good time? And we just keep on going and follow where the pipes go until eventually we make it over.
Dude, what in the actual... Why? His power plants were like an eyesore before, but nothing better than this. This is like you know, like when you have snakes in a box and they're all like on top of each other. It looks exactly like this, just all throughout the base.
Where we can see water making it to all of our power plants. Who would have thought pipes were so easy? All you gotta do is just have so many running everywhere that eventually everything can connect and have water. And yeah, sure, when these things are producing power, they also produce nuclear byproducts, but that's a solved problem. Everybody wins. And with all these glorious power plants up and working again, so too are our factories. Yeehaw to beautiful, endless manufacturing.
I mean, the radiation's gone.
Worry, I haven't forgotten about this guy. I know we need
Oh,
to
no.
get water up here too, and I know that seems pretty daunting, but don't you worry, I've got an idea, so hold please.
Dude, he spent so much time with the pipes. That's got to be at least 7 hours of pipes. No way that wasn't more or less. That had to be so long. And now he's spending 7 hours to connect one power plant. If he wraps this whole entire cocoon in another layer of pipes, I'm going to lose it.
Connected. See, that wasn't so hard to get water up here. All I had to do was build a couple of water pipes. A lot of water pipes. A lot.
Why would I doubt it? He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He wrapped the whole entire thing again in water pipes. Look at how many pressure pipes injectors he has on it. Every single time he goes around, he has a injector. This has got to be so inefficient. I mean, it's just the amount of determination.
Yep, this is what I did. I started with a pipe on the ground, ran it all the way to the start of my conveyor belt tornado, and then just kept building and building and building. And before you know it, fresh water straight from the source.
Fresh water.
Boy, howdy, is this doing amazing things to the frame rate. I'm surprised
it actually runs somewhat smooth compared to like the beginning when he did it.
Nightmare's over. Oh boy.
Bro, what is that?
Boy, have I noticed some cursed stuff.
What even is it? Is it coils?
I think I know what we can do. Granted, I don't want to waste all this beautiful manufacturing prowess or this gross thing, but I think I have an idea to salvage our factory and our frame rate.
Salvage
so let's
it.
head back over to Red Base, where we've got our hub. In the hub is where we unlock new milestones. And over here in Tier 7, we have something called aeronautical engineering. And in that, we have something called drones.
This is going to be 10 times worse what he's about to do than he did just a second ago. He's going to drone everything from his old base to his new base. But it's going to be somehow so cursed. Let's just see.
Transports available input back and forth between its home and destination ports. I like the sound of that.
This is cool
in
though.
order to
I like
unlock
it.
these things, we need to amass all of these items, and then we just feed it all into the machine. A big old button appears, which will send this cargo container right here into orbit. But before we do that, I have kind of an idea. Can you take an explosive
I doubt
from outer
it.
space for me? Only one way to find out.
Just a
And
separate
launch.
entity. It
Okay,
shouldn't.
have a nice summer.
Whoa.
Oh, that does work. Well,
It actually affects its trajectory.
And now, because of our generous contributions, we have fun new toys. So for starters, we can't just put a drone down. Right
It's gonna be like on a landing
It's got
pad.
a drone port.
Oh.
Okay, I see how this works. It's like
This
a
is
little
cool.
carrier thing.
You like
Batteries to
pump-
power the drones
Oh.
going here, and these are like in and out points for importing and exporting materials.
This is
Easy
cool.
peasy lemon whatever. Couldn't be more simple. Okay, yeah, and drones fit right here. Look at that, ready to transport.
Like it's aircraft
First
carrier.
things first, let's go ahead and connect this thing all the way through our pile of crap. I mean, surely somewhere in here are batteries, right? Wait. Those look like batteries to me. Quickly, new conveyor belt, add a splitter, and now take some of those batteries.
So inefficient.
Well underway. We're gonna put 2 storage containers, one for the imports and one for the exports. And for stuff to transport, I'm just gonna use copper. Not for any reason, just because I have it. And now we need to configure the drone port. And we're gonna name this first port Sendy Offie. And now let's move a little bit away from this station here and add another drone port over here, and we'll set up another
He's
container.
testing.
This one's gonna be just for receiving, and we're gonna name this second port Gimme Goodies. Excellent. And we're gonna set it
I wanted
up
to
so
see that.
Sendy
Oh, you can configure this pretty good.
Offie has a destination port of Gimme Goodies.
This is cool.
The moment we set this up, look what's happening. Wait, don't leave without me. Let's see where this thing
Oh, you can
goes.
actually stand on it.
We're really high up here. We're flying as high as my railgun even. Well, looks like it's going to the destination, and it looks like
That's
it's coming
cool.
in for a nice, smooth landing. Oh, and here comes our supplies. Perfect, that worked like a charm. And then when it's done, it takes
That's
off
fast,
in a perfect
too.
pattern to do some sweet air maneuvers before landing in its original pad again, to pick up more supplies before doing it all
This is
again.
cool.
I'm kind of curious what I can do with this thing. Like, I
Oh,
see it
no.
doing all these evasive maneuvers, but like if I build foundations and just
Oh, he's gonna try to
intentionally and
bug
get
it
in its
out.
way, is it gonna know how to deal with this? We're about to find out.
Yeah, it probably has like a
It
procedure or
doesn't care at
animation
all.
that it follows.
And off it goes. Well, that's an interesting first test. If it doesn't care about collision, this gives me an idea. So
Oh, no.
here's my master plan. We're gonna use those drones to take all these luscious supplies and transfer them to our other non-cursed base. Because after all, we don't want all these supplies or all this luscious power to go to waste now, do we? Of course not.
I
So
mean-
one of the things though is that these drone ports actually take up quite a lot of space. And something tells me it's smart to have at least a couple. But luckily, I think I know a place that's centrally located to all of our stuff that has virtually
Oh, God.
unlimited building space. And I think I know what we can use.
He's
to
gonna go
help
under
us
the
out.
map.
Behold, my
He's gonna go
original
under the
train
map.
Station. Back when you could make train station names really,
Did they actually fix it?
really,
I'm guessing that since he hasn't
long.
changed it, it
Those
didn't
were
update.
days. Anyway, we're gonna take a little trip because if you recall, I made a nice little
Yep.
railway that doesn't give a crap about the rules of terrain at all. And now here we are underneath the world where
Since he hasn't fixed this and his world is before they fix all these things, is this like no longer possible to do in like newer worlds because the devs actually fix the collision on stuff like this? Or is it you can still do this? It's fixed in some ways and it's not easily exploitable as it is when he did it first. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it somewhat patched or can you still do it like now, like how he did it before? He's built it straight under the map. Let me know.
there's so much open space for us to work with. Anyway, look at all that space out there. Let's see if we can use it.
Because he just said that the name when you can make them really long. So I imagine since he has it, he didn't update it, it can still be long. But now if you do it, it won't accept a longer name like that.
First things first, let's make a platform for building on. Yes,
Oh my
perfect
God.
For a drone port. Just
He's
gotta
gonna
run
make a
some
whole,
power for
like,
it. You know,
fleet.
I'm fairly certain the thing will fly off, even if we don't give it any materials. So long as we just
Oh,
tell it where
no.
to go. We're gonna tell this to fly
That's-
to Gimme Goody.
This is another thing. The devs probably like, guys, who forgot to add the line of code to make sure it checks it has resources? Here we go.
So I think in theory,
He's just
the
gonna-
moment I place this drone down, it should just take off. These sound like
Oh, no.
promising noises and promising behavior.
Or because it has power. And it goes through the map.
Bye.
This is going to be
Well,
Abomination
there it goes, halfway across
3,000 of the
known
episodes so
universe, all the
far.
way to its destination, where it abruptly stops and then appears to maintain a
Oh
holding pattern.
my
along
god,
with
it
this other
glitches out.
drone, and I have no idea why. It's
Interesting.
Not 'cause they put the foundations there, right? It's not like you cared about that before. Well, let's check real fast. Nope, they definitely still don't care.
Huh.
Wait a minute. Looks like the power went out on this. Is that why? Let's fix
Oh, since the port it's going to doesn't have power, it will circle it indefinitely until it has power. And or if it does the power come back on, does it fix it, or is it just it bugs it out in this current stage? Interesting. Finding new bugs for the devs. W.
the power and find out. Oh, looks like that was the reason. Now that we got the green, stuff's landing again.
Oh, he did.
Wait, now I have to know. If I leave it red, also
So it does work when it comes back on. So he's just gonna leave it unpowered. Oh god.
known as no power. How many of you can be up here? Let's
Oh,
find
no.
out, shall we? Okay, now we have 4 total. We're gonna make sure to set them all to gimme goodies. Oh boy, and here they go.
They're already lagging.
Stay in formation, pilots. What did I say about breaking formation? You might be asking yourself, why didn't I just build these things closer? Because then we couldn't have this amazing journey, and we wouldn't be able to see this glorious
is actually so cool.
drone ballet. Okay, here they come. Let's see what happens. I
Oh,
see.
no.
Well, I think we know what needs to happen next.
He's gonna
Don't
make a
worry. Is there
tower
limit
of
to this?
drones.
Only one way to find out.
This is worrying. An eternity later? Eternity? He said 7 hours already in this video, and he already probably spent close to, I want to say 4 hours or more on the pipes alone. This has got to be a record for amount of time spent for a video so far. Maybe not, but it's got to be up there.
Okay, so I've been at this for a little while now. I've built a couple of drones. The foggy view distance here stops you from seeing all the
This is concerning. When the field of view is unveiling more as he walks and you can't see everything, is this even more concerning.
that I've made, but let me tell you, there's a lot of drones here. In total, there's 384 drones.
384? And these platforms were like a 9x9. So what is that? That's a lot. I can't do the math on top of my head.
Here, quietly spread out underneath our base, and for each
Every
every
9
of
there's
these, they're
1.
all set to go to gimme goodies. All right, so let's
Was
turn
that
on the power.
2,700
Oh boy, here goes
something
nothing.
platforms? Probably more than that. 27,000? I don't know. Oh god. He turned it on.
Oh,
This is like the Star Wars fleet when they all like were up in the air, like above I forget the name of the planet where they had all the Star Destroyers in the air ready to fight the fleet. And what was it? Was it Rise of Skywalker? The newer one, I think 9. I forget the planet where they used like that cube or whatever, and they were on that planet. It reminds me of that scene. Looks so cool though.
oh my god.
They're all like all in unison, but in packs.
Up and off they go. Off
Holy-
a second to seek fame and fortune.
Dude, the
While
amount of
pilgrims
physics
to
going on
the
right now in the
secret
engine is
goodies.
probably
You know what I did
screaming.
back at the base too, just to add some fun, as I added a
No, he spent so long just to add, and he added more. He added explosives to this. No way it like changes the trajectory of the drones, does it? I can barely speak
bunch
now.
of explosives to things. Not sure how that works, but I'm not gonna question it. You know, so we can get that real feeling like they're trying to be shot down.
Yeah, you're like in a Star Wars like fight.
And before you know it, here they are coming in to join
Oh
the queue. Higher,
my
and higher, and higher.
God.
Oh my God,
They're all
what are
in
we looking
unison,
at? This is
too.
actually really pretty. Huh, you know what? I guess there really isn't a limit. It looks like this really can just keep going forever.
It's so
I mean, seriously,
satisfying.
look how high this goes. There's my cannon, there's the drones, and here's how much higher they go. And
Dude,
boys,
that's like double the height of the cannon.
gonna be a long queue to land at this station. Ah, one down. An eternity of drones left to go. You know, let's just use more traditional means to get our stuff. from
Yeah,
the
let's do
base.
that.
But let's tackle that next time. By the way, did I mention that I stream? I do. Link is in the
Oh,
description.
nice.
You should check it out. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Josh. Yeah, he's broken the game again. The devs absolutely probably hate him in a loving way, though. They gotta find so many bugs, like I said before. Like, he just makes an episode and the devs watching are like, guys, we have stuff to fix. But yeah, the pipes alone they added for the nuclear power plants, then he made a whole pump like thing and then put so many pipes that it's like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? And then he pumped all the nuclear radiation waste off the map by using dogs. Like, oh, we had a new dog to the game. Oh, he's just going to use it to get rid of all of his nuclear waste. And then he made a drone-like fleet and had them all get stuck. This guy just has the most insane patience in the world. Go show Josh some love, guys. This guy spent so many hours doing this. So go check him out. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.